Previously on Tales from the 20 side.
I think now is a time for healing and for plundering.
Once I was called Ilarian Matavius. Now I am known as Black Midnight. I am Baba Yaga's Black Rider.
Well, you don't see that every day.
Well, it looks like we're going to Irison then, gentlemen.
Yeah, then I'm intending to go north from here. Pick up the road. See where it takes me. It has been very good fun travelling and journeying and fighting alongside all of you. But the time has come for me to get back, and as Lady Argentia and Tenpenny turn away from the group and start heading to the north, the three of you watch as they disappear into the tree line. Welcome back, listeners, to Tales from the 20 side, Pathfinder 2nd edition Let's Play podcast. My name is Dom, and my phone is going off because I didn't mute it. Bear with me for just 5 seconds.
Oh, I didn't think about that because I'm running Zoom through my phone.
Right, we are now muted, and I will try that again. Welcome back to Tales from the 20 side, Pathfinder 2nd edition Let's Play podcast. My name is Dom. I am your GM for this game and for many others, and I'm joined by our regular cast members of Mr. Stu Jackson.
Hello.
Mr. Neil Kelly.
Hello.
And Mr. Darren Mafucci.
Hello.
Hey folks, how is it all going out there?
All right.
Good.
Yeah,
All right.
good.
It's a lovely day today.
It is lovely, warm, balmy evening. Is what I might say if I wasn't sweating my face off. But there we go.
Yeah, I'm back in the smoke now.
So
I'm
we
out of
see.
this
So we
moment.
see from your background. Yes.
Yes. so yeah, it works really well on radio. But yeah, for the listeners' benefit, we're doing this over Zoom, and I have done one of these fancy backgrounds of a medieval tavern. So I'm getting into the spirit and the feel of things ready for Halloween.
Well, I'm in a small box room, and I've got the door shut because my daughter's got the television on. But I've got the window open, but I might have to close that, and then I'll be in a sweat box.
And I'm sat in my friend's spare bedroom in Nottingham.
Nice.
All moving all over the place at the moment then.
I am sofa surfing at the moment, yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with that. Many a happy time has been spent sofa surfing over the years. But yeah, anybody got anything they want to say, or are we just going to crack on? I can see Stu's enjoying his dinner, so I might try and talk a bit longer. So let him finish that.
Actually, right. Secret now. I'm actually having a little bit of dessert. I'm on this really serious heavy diet at the moment.
Sorry,
Oh, go on.
I think the extraneous noise here is a bit too loud. I might have to. I'm just going to check its source and see if I. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but I just need to go and deal with that. Otherwise,
worries.
we'll have it on the recording.
You go deal with that. I'll tell everyone else my little secret while you're doing that.
Whilst Neil goes off to make a noise complaint.
Yeah. Get in touch with your local council. So I'm actually eating red velvet cake, which is really, really naughty of me. Deliveroo man, now I'm back in London. Deliveroo is too much of a temptation.
Nice. I tell you what though, Stu, red velvet cake might not be healthy, but sometimes joy is healthy too.
That's
Always.
very true.
There's
always
nothing
healthy.
wrong with a little bit of what you fancy.
As long as it is
Indeed.
only a little bit. That does look like good cake, though, I must confess.
As long as Catherine doesn't find out, otherwise it would be very unhealthy.
Does Catherine listen to this show?
I guess I'll find out.
I had my
Dared ask.
I had my first salad today since I've been back to Nottingham because I've been darting about, crashing at other people's places. Most of my diet has been takeaways. So today was lots of green stuff. It was really nice, but I still ate a fuck ton of it, and I'm feeling really full and fat still. But slightly less greasy.
Nice. Cool, right.
Is that the official measurement on a salad? Is a fuck ton?
a fuck ton?
A metric fuck ton.
There's no other way to measure it, really. It's kind of hard to tell, isn't it? You know, it weighs so little that you can't weigh it properly. So yeah, just that much will do. Put it all in.
It's like a big
Yeah.
plate like that, full of stuff.
Big
Green-
plate like that.
Green
It's
things,
just-
lots of greenery going on. It was nice. I feel better for eating something that wasn't a giant pancake roll, because I've been living off those for the last 2 weeks. Because I've got a bait. I'm staying a lot at one mate's, but darting around to others to break it all up a bit. But 2 doors down, there's a Chinese takeaway, and it's Nottingham prices. So everything's half the price of what it would be in London. So it's really easy to go, I'll just get takeaway because it's cheap up here.
So that is the trap. But sounds like you're doing all right anyway. Everybody sounds nice and chipper today, which is nice. And I feel like that is a good place to bring us into our game. Have you resolved your issue, Neil?
I had to shut that window, so now I'm in the sweat box. I'm in a small box room with everything, with no fresh air.
If at any point during the next episode you hear a loud thud on the recording, it's just Neil passing out. Don't worry about it. Anyway, bringing us back into our game, folks. The three of you, Otto von Niederschläger, Alwyn Templeton, and Brother Amos, has been traversing the border wood, sort of rescuing some people here, killing some bandits there, and you, through a series of events and deals that have been made, you found yourselves taking on the being known as Teb Notton, who was the leader of, the Fey folk who had begun an incursion of sorts deeper in the wood. You sought out this Teb Notton, attempted to speak to him, which failed. He attacked you. You, in defending yourselves, you were able to destroy the troll-like creature. And mere moments before you could catch your breath after that, the column of light, this large winter portal that was being guarded by Teb Notton and his allies, surged with energy, and pounding through it you saw an old man astride a big black warhorse. The warhorse collapsed in front of you, and the man himself lay dying in the snow. With nothing that you could do for him. It seemed that he was beyond earthly magic and earthly healings. He imparted on you, before he passed, a message of some considerable importance regarding the origin of this winter portal, and the machinations of Queen Elvana, who was the current queen of the land of Irison. You were tasked with seeking out Baba Yaga, who is the queen of all witches, as she had gone missing, and this rider, who identified himself as Ilvarian Matavius, or Baba Yaga's Black Midnight, suspected that Queen Elvana was behind Baba Yaga's disappearance. With that message imparted, he passed, and his body scattered into stardust before you. You made your way back to the treehouse where you had rested before the fight with Teb Notton, and you opted to spend the night there. And when morning broke, your companions of a few days now, Lady Argentia Malacine and the half-orc Tenpenny, who was formerly one of Rohkar's raiders, left your group and began to make their own way back through the forest to Heldren. And that is where we pick ourselves up. So the three of you have just watched Lady Argentia and Tenpenny sort of disappear deeper into the forest, into the tree line, and you are now at the base of this treehouse. Adventurers, what would you like to do?
I shall be sorry to see them leave. It saddens me
Yes.
to watch their retreating figures disappear into the woods. I'll miss them.
Yes, no, I think you're in there as well.
Well, I thought so, but plainly not. Plainly not as far in as I thought.
Well, I think we've got I think it's fairly obvious what we're going to do now, isn't it?
And what is that?
Go home? No. I jest. Yes, well, we have to go into this light thingy and find this Baba Yaga.
Baba Yaga, the Queen of Witches. We have to find the Queen of Witches.
Yes, and we've got to find the dancing hat, and we've got to throw those things on that have been drenched in the blood of the man whose throat you slit, Brother Amos.
I mean, he asked me to do it.
He did. He did. Yes, you were very keen, I thought. But yes, he certainly
I
did.
was merely granting a dying man's wish.
Right. Yes.
Very obliging.
Yes.
Indeed. Let's Well, does anybody need to do anything before we go?
I don't believe so.
No, I think. Do we need to replenish ourselves in any way? Do we need to eat?
Yeah,
When
good
did we
night's
last
sleep.
eat? Sleep?
We've had breakfast.
Well, then I think we're ready to have an adventure.
More adventuring.
More adventuring.
More punching things.
More killing people. And or getting
Yes.
killed ourselves.
To the portal!
To the portal.
To the portal.
Okay. So you're heading back towards where you fought Ted Norton, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. As you're sort of moving away from the tree house, let's have perception rolls from everybody, please.
Okay. 13.
10.
22.
Not very perceptive.
Glad somebody rolled high.
Mr. Templeton.
Water is wet.
Okay. As you begin moving away from the treehouse, Brother Amos, something catches your attention, kind of off to your left in the direction of the path that you'd walked to get to this place. And you stop for a second and you see looks to be 6 or 7 humanoid shapes moving through the trees in the direction of the winter portal.
I see something over there, gentlemen.
Oh, what'd you see?
I see 6 humanoid shapes moving through the forest.
Humanoid shapes. What sort of language is that? Do we mean people? We're talking about.
This is Galarian. There might be people who aren't humanoid shaped, you know.
I will.
Might be humanoid shapes who aren't people. It's, you know, it's a diverse world.
Oh.
I
Well, go on.
I will try to stealth through the woods and see if I can figure out what they're up to.
Sure.
Which way are they going?
They're heading,
going. Oh, sorry. Go on, Darren.
They're heading towards the portal.
Oh, well, we're going to the same place. So we can meet them there.
We could just
They
guess.
might not be friends. That's the thing.
Mm.
Arwen's going to draw his longbow anyway
Okay.
and knock an arrow.
All right. Let's have a stealth check there from Brother Amos. Otto and Olwyn, are you staying where you are, or are you moving towards this group of figures?
Arwen,
I think I'll come with stealth check.
Yes, please. Stealth check from you, please.
Arwen's going to stay where he is till he hears back.
14.
26.
Okay. So the two of you are creeping along through the woods, and you get within about 30 feet. You sort of stop for a moment and let this group pass a little bit further along the path, and then you start to approach a little bit closer. And as mentioned, once you get sort of within about 40 feet, Otto, your foot catches on a tree root. You don't fall over, but you do sort of pull loose quite a large section of this tree. There's a massive crashing sound as it sort of falls to the ground, and you watch these figures stop, sort of turn in your direction, and you hear a familiar voice. Who's there? Show yourselves.
I know that voice. Would that be our old friend Captain Rohkar?
It is. That sounds like a dwarf who I'm very keen to speak to.
Indeed.
All right. Well, sounds like you're all right. Come on then. Come out the trees, or is it just you?
Oh, I'm here as well.
Ah.
Let us go and meet Captain Rohkar and tell him of our success in defeating Teb Notten,
Yes.
All right.
as you commissioned.
Okay. When you can hear kind of off in the distance, you can hear this shouting going on. It's not difficult to hear. Are you staying put, or are you approaching as well?
No, I'll stow the longbow and start heading towards.
Okay. And as the three of you make your way out of the thicker trees onto the trail, as it were, you see that Captain Rohkar is indeed there, sort of dressed in his leathers, covered in his thick fur coat. You see, he has with him. He has four individuals who you recognise as being raiders, and there are the last two figures that are with him. As you get a bit closer, you notice there's a faint blue light drifting off them, and as you kind of come round the tree and have full view of them, you see that these two creatures are skeletons, and they are both wrapped in this slightly pulsing blue flame.
I see you've made some new friends, Captain Rohkar.
New friends? Oh, what? No, these two. These are old friends. Come on, don't you reckon Eric? Don't you recognise Eric and Kath?
Oh yes, we have met. I seem to recall.
They seem to have lost some weight.
You could say that. Right, well, I must confess I am glad to see the three of you. Tell me, is it done, or are you on your way there now?
Is what done?
You know what I mean, dwarf. And he looks at you,
Well,
fixes you with a glare.
we're following your commission. We have taken care of Teb Notten. He is no longer a threat to you.
Excellent. Well, see there, Arvon. We had nothing to worry about, did we? And he looks over at one of his men, who sort of goes. You see him sort of mutter something under his breath, but he doesn't say anything outwardly. And Rohkar sort of strides forward. He says, "Well, looks like we've come out here for nothing then."
Well, yes, it did take a little longer than we expected. We did encounter some difficulties along the way, but in the end, we addressed this Ted Notton character, and he proved very unreasonable. And
Thought he might.
in self-defense, we had to destroy him.
Yeah,
Couldn't-
well,
it
It's
couldn't be
brutal
him.
foe. It's brutal foe, and Tenpenny saved the day, and she died.
ah.
Just so you know, she died.
I was
Oh yes,
about
yes, she died heroically. You would have been very proud of her.
Yes.
I was about to ask that. Can I have a deception roll from both of you, please?
Oh shit. 9.
17.
Died, did she?
Yes, she died. Dead.
That's a mighty
Very
shame.
sad.
Yes, she was completely obliterated. No trace of her.
Where's the body? I'd like to pay my respects.
As I say, she
And
was
you-
totally destroyed
see-
by this
you
Ted
s-
Notton.
You see a sneer curl across his face as he says that.
We can show you the spot where she was obliterated, but alas, there are no remains that you can pay your respects to. Nothing to focus your grief upon.
Well, that's a crying shame, ain't it?
It is such a shame. But she died
By the way,
heroically. You would have been very proud.
I'm sure I would have. Sure, sounds like she was finally earning her keep around here.
Oh, she saved us on numerous occasions. So we would not have succeeded without her help.
Speak very highly of you.
Indeed, yeah, her love of you. I think the last word.
Enough of the arse kissing. Right. So Tenpenny's dead. All right, that's fine. What about the other one? What about that Lady Argentia? Where's she gone?
I don't think you need to
She's gone
concern yourself
home.
with that.
Oh, so she's not with you?
She has left to pursue other interests. We were sorry to see her go.
Right.
Her father's forces picked her up.
Yes.
Did they really?
Suppose you'll want your sword back now, won't you? Alwyn will get out the cold iron sword.
Oh well, thank you. Much obliged.
Came in very handy.
And he takes the sword from you. He says, "Yes, well, you say her father's men picked her up all the way from deep in this forest."
Yes.
Yes, we would not have let her leave on her own, or we would have counselled strongly against it.
Sorry, son. I know a bit of a whopper when I smell one. Group of those guards as heavily armed as they were, they wouldn't have got through this forest without us noticing them. Where'd she really go?
Oh, she's gone home.
Right,
She's gone back
home.
to see her
Her
father.
father's men.
Yes.
All right.
Anyway, what are you doing here, Captain Rohkar?
Well, we day after you left, Lodge was attacked again by a much smaller force this time. Only sort of 3 of these little winged fairy sprite things. They took out a couple of my men, but yeah, we managed to deal with them. And then we thought, we felt the time was right to march out and see how the 5 of you were getting on. See if you needed any last minute assistance. But it seems that we did not.
Well, we
we
could have
managed
done.
perfectly well.
Well, we could have done with it at the time. Yes, I have to say. But nevertheless, we survived. Apart from, alas, Tenpenny. God rest her soul.
Thoughtful of you. Thank you very much. Bye.
Yes, indeed. I do believe that concludes our business, gentlemen. As we previously agreed, you've helped me out. You got the run of this forest. but you do not have the right to set foot in my lodge. Do you understand?
Well, of course, we would knock on the door first. We wouldn't just walk in unannounced.
All right. Well,
I didn't think it was your lodge originally anyway, but never mind, I suppose that's kind of neither here nor there.
well, they do say that all property is theft at the end of the day, don't they? He looks at you with a lilting sneer, Olwyn.
Either that or 9/10 of the law, one or the other. I always I never know which rule to follow.
Theft is 9/10 of the law.
Property possession is 9/10 of the law, but property is theft. It is a conundrum, I think, a quandary.
So theft is 90% legal.
Well, I think it's an either or thing. So property is theft, or possession is 9/10 of the law. So the law is unjust. That is not a just.
So which is it?
It's
If it's either or, which one?
well,
Which one is it?
that is the dilemma. That is the quandary that we find ourselves in. Even so, I think we should respect Captain Rohkar's respect, that we don't intrude upon the lodge in which he is currently resident without at least first announcing ourselves. Yes, we can live with that, Captain Rohkar.
All right. Sensible fellows. I like to see it. Well then, gents, it's been good doing business with you.
Captain Rohkar, I have a question.
Aye, what's
For
that?
you? Do you have any brandy on you?
Matter of fact, I do.
Oh, do you mind, I've got my flask here, do you mind sort of filling it up for me, please?
And he sort of looks at you, and he looks at the size of your flask, and he says, "Nah, I don't feel inclined to do that. I'm sorry." Anyway,
Well, I can buy it. You know, sell it to me.
you can buy it, eh?
Yes, if you want to sell it to me.
How much is this worth to you?
But how much have you got?
For this flask, 3 gold.
So in terms of his flask compared to my flask, is it sort of half the size or equal size?
His flask is quarter of the size of yours.
Quarter the size. Oh, that's a bit steep. Give you a gold.
2.5.
Give you 5 silver.
2.5.
Give you 4 silver.
You need to learn to haggle better, son. Come on, boys, we're done here. We're going back to the lodge. And the bandits and the skeletons start to turn and make their way back up the path. Safe journeys now. He calls over his shoulder as he walks away.
I never liked him.
Bloody undead. Not that I'm vitalist, you understand, but just don't like undead.
Well, gentlemen, onwards.
And upwards.
Mm.
Okay.
So, to the
so-
portal.
So the three of you begin making your way in the opposite direction to the Rohkar and his raiders as they begin making their way back to their lodge. Could I have perception rolls just as you start moving away, please?
Natty 20 for 27.
9.
16.
Okay. So Orwin and Amos and Otto, you begin just sort of chatting about what's just happened, about where you're going next. Orwin, with that natural 20, what was the total?
27.
27. Nice.
Very perceptive.
Very, very perceptive.
I can see music.
I can hear colours.
Okay, so
I can smell farts.
That was me. Sorry.
okay, so with that natural 20, Orwin, you're kind of keeping half an eye. Excuse me. You're keeping half an eye on the group of Rohkar's raiders as they're making their way back towards the lodge, and just as they're about to disappear from your eye line, you swear you see two of them break off from the group.
Chaps. I think they're up to something. Oh, do you think? Do you know what? I'm not sure they bought our story.
And what are you
about
thinking?
Lady Argenta and Tenpenny. I'm wondering if they're off looking for them. Do you think we ought to follow and make sure they're all right?
We could do
They
that.
haven't been gone that long.
That is true.
If we jog.
This
we
is
might,
true,
you
and
know-
I had never trusted Rohkar.
No, well, he's got undead with him, and yeah, don't like that. And he's got booze with him. So,
we'll
yeah.
have
We
that.
could kill him and take his booze.
Well, I'm not suggesting. But if he's being a dick, then and he ends up falling on a sword. Well, yes.
Yes,
But I wouldn't.
What you're
I wouldn't say
suggesting is
let's
that
kill him and take his booze. But if
our adventures
Anyway.
have had a brutalising effect on your morals, Alwyn.
no,
We will kill him and take his.
I mean, you
no,
you
I'm
offered
not-
him a
look,
fair
right.
price.
I did. Anyway, let's go then.
Okay, so what are you guys doing?
Well, I suggest we follow them sneakily.
Are you following the two raiders who have broken off, or are you following Lady Argenta and Tenpenny?
I think we should follow Lady Argentia and Tenpenny,
Yes.
because
Yeah.
that is where everything will converge. If Rohkar does not find them, then that is all well and good. But I think we should follow where they went.
Okay, all right. So let's have stealth rolls from the three of you, please, as you begin making your way back into the forest.
Oh shit!
12.
20.
22.
Okay. So the three of you begin making your way in a northerly direction. You quite quickly find the tracks that Lady Argenta and Tenpenny are leaving, and they've only. You think they're only maybe 15-20 minutes ahead of you, based on the time that they left. You begin making your way back into the forest. It's quite eerie in this part of the forest. There's the air is very still, which strikes you as a little bit unusual, but not entirely unexpected. You can you hear the creaking of the trees and the groaning of wood. A couple of birds you hear a crow or two cawing off it in the distance, and you make your way following these tracks at a fairly nippy pace, and as mentioned, after about half an hour total of walking, because they were still walking away from you, you do catch sight of Tenpenny and Lady Argentia kind of just on the edge of your vision.
Oh, we'll keep them in sight.
Yes.
Yes, I think if we sort of, in terms of feet, roughly, how many feet would you say?
You're maybe 150 feet behind them.
Probably want to be a bit closer than that. Maybe half that distance.
You think? I think if we just follow them at a discreet distance and make sure that no harm comes to them. Perhaps I know that Captain Rohkar has divided his forces. That's why we are following them rather than trying to follow Captain Rohkar. But if Captain Rohkar's forces do not encounter the Lady Argentia, then that is all we need to ensure.
I think, I think 75 foot's quite discreet.
Okay. Are you attempting to remain stealthy as you do so?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
Let's have another round of stealth rolls, please.
I've become more stealthy. I am now 25.
Okay.
18.
26.
I'm glad we're all taking this seriously.
Like the wind.
Okay, and as you're walking, funny you should mention wind actually. As you're walking a bit further on, the breeze which had been absent does start to pick up a little bit. It's quite refreshing on your faces, but you use the sound of the wind as a cover for your footsteps as you start to pad through the snow, and you do manage to close the gap to about 75 feet, and they do not appear to have noticed you.
Good. We'll just keep on like this.
Okay.
We do not want to attract the attention of Captain Rohkar either.
Well, no, we don't want him to know where we are, because that'll lead him to them.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So how far are you going to tail them?
Well, I don't know.
I think if we keep pace where we are. What do you think, Brother Amos? Brother Amos?
Yes.
Brother Amos? Oh my God!
I was being very stealthy.
You're being very stealthy. Yes. What would you think? You're good at this stealthy, sneaky stuff. No, not sneaky, but stealthy stuff.
I think let's follow them for a little while longer. I don't trust Rohkar, and I don't trust his men, and I don't trust those skeletons.
Well, no. But his men were skeleton. Yes. Yes, I'm confused now. Yes.
You need a drink.
I bloody do.
Okay, so you continue for a bit longer. You're sort of tracking gently behind Lady Argentia and Tenpenny for another 10-15 minutes, and there are a couple of times where they sort of stop for a moment as if they've heard something. They both turn around with hands on their swords, but the three of you are quick enough to dart behind the trees and the brush, and they still don't notice you, and they after a moment they return on their path, heading northward. At the end of this sort of 10-15 minute segment, you see they sort of both stop under the canopy of quite a large, would normally be an oak tree, but it seems that the cold weather, the sudden cold snap in the area has deprived it of a lot of its foliage. But they sort of plop their packs down by the tree and just sit for a moment. They seem to be taking a water break of some kind. Can I have perception rolls from everybody, please?
23.
9.
9.
Okay. Brother Amos.
He'll also rolled a 2.
Yeah. Brother Amos, off to kind of just off to the right of Lady Argentia and Tenpenny, there's what looks to be quite a large snowdrift, and you hear a twig snap on the other side of it.
I'm going to... I don't know. I heard a twig snap over the other side of that snowdrift. What do you think we should do?
I think we should sneak up to the snowdrift and see what's there, and if it's Rohkar and his men, we
Kill him and take
ask
his
them what
booze.
they're doing. No, we ask them what they're doing.
Okay. Yes, let's do that then.
As you're coming to that resolution, Brother Amos, you hear kind of rapid shuffling of snow, followed by two guttural, sound like almost war cries of sorts. Ah! And you look up at the snowdrift and you see that two of Rohkar's raiders are leaping down from the snowdrift and are rushing towards Lady Argentia and Tenpenny. What are you doing?
I am running straight over there.
Okay.
To
All right. So
engage.
let's get some initiative roll, please, folks.
25 for Alwyn.
23 for Alwyn.
What is initiative again?
Perception.
Perception.
Oh, 10.
19.
19 for Brother Amos. And Otto was a 10.
Yes.
Okay. Sorry, bear with me. Okay, so actually acting first there is going to be Alwyn. So currently you're still about 75 feet away from Lady Argentia and Tenpenny, and in a straight line you're about 90 feet away from the closest of these two raiders.
Perfect. Draw the longbow.
Okay.
Action 1. And it's got 100-foot range, so yay.
Okay.
Fire an arrow at the nearest one. My second action. Oh, shit. 15.
15 is not enough to hit. You sort of loose the arrow, and it's on target, but perhaps it's where they're sliding down this snowdrift. You get the angle slightly off, and it glides off of their leather armor.
Okay. Third action, I will fire another arrow. Yeah, with the penalty, that's 12.
Okay. And this one, you loose it, and the arrow sails and just flies over the heads of these two raiders and over the snowdrift into the forest.
Can I shout as a free action?
What are you shouting?
Lady Argentia, Tenpenny, you're being attacked.
I think the
Watch
most
out.
for your free action, the most you can get is probably Lady Argentia.
Lady Argentia, Tenpenny.
Nice. Okay, we are round to Brother Amos.
So, what was it like? We're at like 100 feet away, did you say?
So you are. Sorry, I'll just measure it again. You are 80 feet away from the nearest raider, and you're
Okay.
75 feet away from Lady Argentia and Tenpenny.
So I can move 70 foot in 2 moves.
70 feet.
Yeah, I have.
Oh, of course. Oh, we
75.
forgot to mention this. So at the end of last episode, our party leveled up. They're all now level 3, which means that Brother Amos starts getting some of his cool monk shit. TM. Okay. So yes, Brother Amos, you can absolutely use 2 actions to move 70 feet. Where are you moving towards? The raiders?
The raiders,
or
definitely.
The raiders.
Yeah, the raiders. I'm going to punch their lights out.
Okay.
But with my third action, I will actually ready my hand crossbow.
Okay, you get you rush up, and as you do so, you start pulling out your crossbow. And as you move up, Brother Amos, the nearest raider does sort of look over in your direction, and you see that she swears under her breath almost, but continues rushing towards Lady Adrontia and Tenpenny with the same vigour as before. It's now their turn. They both rush forwards. 5, 10, 20, 25. So one of them is just able to get up in Tenpenny space. The other has to use 2 moves in order to get all the way around her. And then you see them both draw these scimitars, and they slash at one slashes at Tenpenny, one slashes at Lady Argentia. There we go. Okay. All right. You see Tenpenny takes a nasty lick across the chest as this bandit strikes her. Lady Argentia is quick enough. She sees them rushing down. She's able to draw her sword, and she effortlessly knocks aside the attack that was aimed for her. That is the end of the raider's turn. And you see, in retaliation to that, Lady Argentia brandishes her sword and strikes the bandit across the chest. You see, she then steps around it so that she is flanking with Tenpenny, and she strikes again. And the second time, unfortunately, you see she lunges in with the sword, and the bandit parries it aside with their scimitar. That's the end of her turn. Otto, you're up.
Well, I think because I'm 80 feet away. Am I still 80 feet away?
So from the nearest bandit, you are 90 feet away.
90 feet.
In fact, you're 90 feet away from both of them.
Right. Well, I think I can employ Fleet Step. I can cast a Fleet Step spell, which gives me a 30-foot status bonus to a speed of 20 feet. So I can use that to get to 40 feet away.
Nice. So Fleet Step is 2 actions. Is that correct?
2 actions.
It lasts a minute.
It
for what
lasts.
it's worth.
So but I don't want to get much closer. If it's 2 actions.
Okay. So you cast Fleet Step on yourself. Olwyn, you see Otto's legs as he starts walking. They seem to lengthen as he's walking. To the point where, although he's still the same dwarf that you know and have journeyed with for all this time, he's bounding across the snow with relative ease. So you're using your last action to move 50 feet towards the melee. Is that correct, Otto?
Yes.
Okay.
Is that all? So if that's
That will be all of your turn there, Otto.
well, I've only used it once.
It's
To move to about 40 feet away from 90 feet away.
You've only got 3 actions on your turn.
Yes.
It costs 2 actions to cast Fleet Step.
And then
last
another
action
one
is
to
to
move. So, right. So at least I got myself closer.
Yes. Indeed. Okay. End of Otto's turn there. It is round to Tenpenny. You see Tenpenny first stands up from where she was sitting down, draws her scimitar and swings at the man attacking her. And she's a bit unsteady as she stands up, having just been hit. And as she strikes in with her scimitar, the bandit she's attacking doesn't even bother to block it with a sword. Just lashes out a hand and grabs her wrist and pushes it aside. That's the end of her turn. Alwyn, back round to you.
So there's two bandits. One of them is in between Tenpenny and Lady Argentia.
That's correct.
How far away is the other one?
So the other one is 90 feet from you, Alwyn.
Okay.
Actually, no,
the one
that's incorrect. Sorry, I've got you in the wrong place on the map. The other one is going to be. The other one is within 75 feet. Like they've kind of formed a line on that 75-foot line. If that makes sense.
Okay. So the other one, the one that's not in between the two of them, I would like to fire an arrow at.
All right, make the attack.
Oh, natural one.
Give me a D6.
I'm going to use my hero point.
All
I'm
right.
going to use my hero point.
All right, re-roll that die.
We've been forgetting all about these hero points.
You have, and as I said, I wasn't going to remind you any longer. So well remembered, Stu.
But I remembered this time. Oh, that's better. 19.
No, 19.
19 is enough to hit, so roll a damage there.
Okay. 1 point of damage.
Okay. You sort of glance this arrow across her face as she turns to go in for another round of attacks. Okay.
Second action, I'll fire again.
Okay.
17.
Or 17 is just a miss, I'm afraid. AC of 18 on these guys.
Okay. My last action, I would like to move 25 feet closer.
Okay. 25. Yep, so you're about 10 feet behind Otter at this point. But you have indeed moved up. Okay, end of Alwyn's turn. It's Brother Amos.
So I'm going to take aim for the bandit in between Lady Argentia and Tenpenny
Okay,
with my hand crossbow.
roll the attack.
12.
12 is going to miss, I'm afraid.
Yes.
The bolt sinks, falls a bit short and sinks into the snow.
And how far away am I from them now?
You are
20.
you're 15 feet away from the nearest raider.
Oh, okay. Well, in that case, I'm going to go up to the nearest raider and try to punch him in the face.
Okay, you rush up to the raider, and you can get yourself in position where you are flanking. Long live the murder conga.
And yeah, I'm going to use my flurry of my flurry of blows.
All right, roll 2 attacks there.
Where are we? The first one's a 10.
Okay, 10's going to miss in the second.
25.
Oh, 25's going to hit. Oh, hang on, is that with your multiple attack penalty?
No. So 21.
It's your third attack because you've used the crossbow, so it's -8.
25.
17.
17.
Okay, 17 in that case, sadly, is just a miss. Your first strike, you sort of knock part of the armor aside without doing any damage, and the third attack, you go to make a hit on them, but she sees you coming and just ducks under it at the last moment.
Gentlemen, I appear to have forgotten how to punch things.
It'll come back to you, don't worry.
All right, we're round 2. The raiders. You see, they take they sort of look at you with a sign of contempt almost. The one in front of you, Brother Amos, takes a step to your left, and the other kind of takes a step to the right, kind of so that they're out of flanking themselves, but they're still flanking on Tenpenny. One of them is going to begin by making an attack against you, Brother Amos. Comes through. Oh, no, that's wrong. Okay, 23 to hit, Brother Amos.
That hits.
Alright, you take 8 points of slashing damage as this scimitar cuts across your chest. And then kind of in the same motion, she brings her sword round to strike Tenpenny. And again gets a nasty strike on Tenpenny. See another gout of blood sort of splash off from the half-orc. Her compatriot is going to make one attack against Lady Argentia and miss, and is going to make another attack against Tenpenny and miss. So whoosh whoosh with a scimitar both times. There's a clanging of metal as the blows are parried aside. It's Lady Argentia. You see, kind of staying where she is. She is going to make 3 attacks at the bandit that's harassing Tenpenny. And you see the first strike goes wide almost, and she changes direction and slams the blade into the chest of this raider, and then twists it before pulling it out. Yeah, he did not enjoy that at all. That was a lot of damage to him there. End of her turn. We're round to Otto.
Well, I will draw and load and shoot my hand crossbow.
Okay, which one are you
the
aiming
raider, the raider who's nearest to me.
for? The one that's nearest to you.
Yes.
Okay. Roll
going
that
to
attack.
Draw and shoot your load.
Shoot my load with an impressive 9.
That wasn't a natural 1 by any chance, was it?
No, it was a 4.
Sure. Okay.
Yes.
I think your attacks might be out of whack, Neil.
I've got a 5 for a ranged strike.
That sounds low.
Yeah.
You should have. So adding to that, you should be adding your. So it's
Dexterity.
it's your dexterity plus your proficiency. You're trained, so that's 2 plus your level.
So my dexterity is still 1
Yeah.
plus
2 plus your level.
so it's 5. That's
So your
6.
proficiency is 5.
Proficiency is 5. Dexterity is still 1. So
So it
that's
should be 6.
6.
Oh yeah. Okay.
So it's a bit low, but
You weren't far off, but there we go. Okay. Anyway, the bolt just disappears again into the snow. No hit there, unfortunately. It's round to Tenpenny, who does not particularly like where she is. You can see she's going to break away from the 2 bandits who are sandwiching her, so that she can sandwich a fellow between herself and Lady Argentia. Makes 2 attacks. Gets 1 strike, and you see she sort of slams her blade into the back of this raider, who sort of yelps out in pain, but just about stays on his feet. That's the end of her turn. Alwyn, we're on to you.
Right. So, am I right in thinking I'm 50 foot away from the raider that is not between Lady Argentia and Tenpenny?
Not quite. You're 45 feet away.
45 feet away, okay. Is it possible with... no, it's not going to be. Okay, I'm going to potentially do something a bit stupid here. No, I'm not.
That's Alwyn's trademark, so you know.
Yeah, I am, because I've said I'm going to do it this way. Right, okay. I'm going to run up to that one. Can I get within flanking with 2 moves? Two
Yes,
actions.
I think you can. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, you can. You can get yourself flanking with Brother Amos.
Okay, fantastic. And I would like to fire the longbow at point blank range.
All right. So it's normally -2 because of volley. I don't think there actually is a rule about point blank range.
No, it just says less than 30 foot. -2.
Sure. Okay. Yeah. Roll that attack.
21
With your -2.
with the -2.
Okay. So, yeah, that's going to hit.
Cool. Not as stupid as I thought. 4 points of damage.
Okay. So you literally rush up to this guy, not drawing an arrow as you do so, and you kind of press the arrow right up to her chest and just loose it straight through the armor.
Bing.
She gives you a look, almost to say, unnecessary.
Bang out of order, mate.
I know, right. There they were, minding their own business, stabbing these 2 people, yeah.
That's it. Okay, is that the end of your turn, Orwin?
Can I take a free action at the very end to drop the longbow?
You may indeed, that's fine.
Okay.
Okay. So end of your turn there, Olwyn. It's Brother Amos. You are currently flanking this raider with Olwyn.
I'm going to use my flurry of blows again. And hopefully this time I can remember how to punch. 19.
19 is a hit.
And 24.
24 is a hit.
So damage 4 and 6.
Right. So it's 10 points of damage there. Nasty. Yeah, you sort of pop twice. Once onto where the clavicle is, you hear something snap, and then you bring an uppercut onto her jaw, and a couple of teeth go flying as you knock her about a bit.
Nice. And I say that as well. Nice.
Okay, 2 actions left, Brother Amos.
Do it again.
Yes, I think I'm just going to do it again. I enjoyed that so much the first time, I'm going to do it again. 16, so minus 14.
Yeah. No, 16 minus. It's -8. So that's an 8.
Yeah. Okay.
And unless you've already applied the multiple tap penalty.
No, I hadn't. So yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
Minus
so it'll be
8.
an 8. You go for third strike, and you kind of hit her so hard the first time, you kind of made her stagger back a bit, and your swing whooshes wide. And your last action?
I mean, I lose my powerful fist again,
All right, roll one more attack.
which is probably going to miss.
I have a question. Is this going to be -12, or is it or does it like
No,
max out at -8?
the MAP caps out at -8 or -10 if it's not an agile weapon.
Oh, yeah.
Well, it misses anyway because it's I rolled a 2, so
Okay, and yeah, you sort of go to make a fourth strike, and you think better of it as she's just a hair too far away. You don't want to risk overextending yourself. That's the end.
Could have been worse. Could have rolled a 1.
yeah.
Critical fumble.
Yeah.
Stop hitting yourself. Stop hitting yourself.
Why are you hitting yourself? Why are you hitting yourself?
Okay, we're round to the Raiders, and again, they sort of The one... Yes, the one that's between Olwyn and Brother Amos breaks away from the two of you, rushes in behind Lady Argentia, and they're both going to make some attacks. Oh dear. What you see is a sudden flurry of swinging and blades moving in all directions. As between the two of them, over 5 attacks, they rolled 4, a 2, a 3, a 6, and an 11. And the 11 would have been enough to hit had it not been the last attack of the turn.
Yay.
Whole lot of nothing there from these two raiders. And we're round 2. Lady Argentia, who brings her sword to bear on the one that is between her and Tenpenny. And you see, with a decisive blow, she strikes across this man's back, and he collapses to the ground, bleeding very profusely. Her last, so she uses her second action to move around the raider, sort of inviting someone to fill the space she's left, and uses her last action to make another attack against it. And this time the raider seems to have just enough strength left in her to parry the blow away as it lunges for her chest. End of her turn, it's Otto.
I will reload and shoot my hand crossbow at the remaining raider.
Alright, roll that attack.
Ooh, 25.
25 is going to hit, roll that damage.
What do I add to the damage?
It's just the die. You don't add anything to a ranged attack unless you have something that says you do.
1.
1 point of damage. Another glancing blow across the other side of her face. She's got matching cheek scars now from these two bolts.
My final action, I will reload my crossbow.
Okay. Okay, we're around to Tenpenny's turn. Tenpenny does indeed fill the space left by Lady Argentia and swings in with an attack. Okay. And you watch as she rushes up with a sort of howl of rage that you've not seen from Tenpenny in the time that you've journeyed with her. With one motion, she carves through the neck of this raider, and there's a thud as the head lands in the snow, and the body follows suit.
Nice.
Sweet.
Okay.
The first one that went down, can I do a medicine check to see if they're actually dead or if they're dying?
Sure. You'll need to actually move in to do that. You sort of rush up to
I'll do that.
You sort of rush up to where they were. Lady Argentia and Tenpenny, now they've got a moment to kind of acknowledge you. She sort of says, "Oh, what a surprise!" And you sort of hold up a hand to shush her as you rush over to this individual. Roll that medicine roll, Olwyn.
Yeah, because I'm rude like that. Oh, that's good. 27.
Okay. It's a fairly deep wound. He's not dead. He's close to it.
Can I perform battle medicine on him?
I was going to suggest that I've loaded my hand crossbow. I might as well just unload it on their head.
And I have no issue with slitting the throats of dying men.
Well, yes, we know, but if one of you wants to tie him up, we might be able to ask some questions. Just saying.
I'm beyond questions. I want Rohkar's head.
Can I shoot first and ask questions later?
But no, you can't tell you where Rohkar is if he's dead.
Well, back at the lodge, I would imagine.
No, I I think he has divided his force to look for Lady Argentia.
Anyway,
So-
somebody bind his hands. Right, and I'll do battle medicine.
All right, roll your medicine check.
19.
19 is a success. Okay, and roll that healing there, Orwin.
Okay. Is this 2d8 or 1d8?
It's 2d8.
2d8. 13.
All right. You do manage to recover some of his health. And yeah, as you're working there, Orwin, there's a split second where it looks like he's about to go for a last gasp. You manage to just keep enough blood in him to stop him from passing, and he's lying there, unconscious but alive in the snow. And that is where we're going to end for this session, folks.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Tales from the 20 Side is a Fiegel Films production in association with Juicy Falls. Music by Nazar Ryback from hooksounds.com. Editing by Stu Jackson. Find us on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram by searching Tales from the 20 Side or by visiting talesfromthe20side.com.